Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to JOECMDRAWZ. Today I've got another Slime World game concept update. Currently the project is at 50 plus slimes. I believe the total number of slimes I've designed right now is at 53. Um, what I'm going to be doing is just showcasing some of the new slimes that I've designed, telling you how you can get them in the game and stuff like that, and what they would do or what you would need to get them, just stuff like that, and just that's all really. So just sit back, relax, and hear me ramble on about slimes. Okay, new slimes. Okay, so last time where we left off, where I introduced the Neko slime, which is this guy down here, um, and I want to cover all this section over here, this kind of like chunk over here with all these other cool ones. Some here that you might already know what they might be, but I'll still go over them and tell you how you can get them in the game. So to start off with, we've got this lovely one at the top here, ironic. Um, as it's called, the Lovely Slime. As you can see with this big pink kind of like heart on the top there. Kind of simple, like keeping the shape of the slimes the same, not trying to deviate too much. But the Lovely Slime, the way you would obtain these in the game is that maybe a regular slime that you sell to a family in the game, after it's been with them for a certain amount of time, maybe it would actually transform into a lovely slime, being given affection and love, and being loved as a pet by the family, maybe. Other ways you could do it is you actually give the affection to the slime by, like petting the slimes, or whether getting like a happiness or a friendly meter on them, and it would transform into a lovely slime. And it said that being around lovely slimes make people more happy, make them feel more fulfilled in life, stuff like that. So I think that'd be kind of a fun one to get in the game. The one below that one is called a lunar slime. Now these ones are a little bit unique. I kind of do like the kind of like yellow crescent moon on the top there. I had quite a trouble figuring out what to do for this one. Did I want to make it round like a moon? Did I want to make the whole body like a crescent moon shape? What did I want to do? But I eventually just went with the regular slime shape, and then it kind of like had a kind of like a moon crest on the top there, a little shine, and then obviously the colours are close to the moon. I didn't just want to make it blue and white and glowing because I think it's a little bit boring. You need a little bit more variety. And I know people say like, oh, the moon's made of cheese, so that's why it's kind of like yellow. Or a lot of the time in media, the moon is shown to be yellow. No idea why, but I thought that'd be really fun to incorporate in there. So it's got colours like yellow, white, dark blue, and black, which I think is a pretty cool colour scheme for this. But you would only really find the lunar slimes on the moon. So maybe once you get enough money in the game, you can then start building or buying kind of like a rocket ship or rocket parts. And then you can actually go to the moon, and you could either take regular slimes and leave them there for a while, and then you would get like an update in the game saying lunar slimes obtained in the catalog, and you could go back and collect them, or you could actually take moon rock samples going there. So maybe you need to buy fuel that would only let you go maybe once or twice for a trip to the moon. But maybe only after you unlock a certain amount of slimes in the game, you can actually get these to be available, or stuff that would only be unlockable. Which would also encourage you to actually gain more slimes, because I always want in this kind of like hypothetical game to kind of like encourage people to actually collect them all. Kind of like in Pokemon, yeah. Like I've said multiple times, I want this game to be very much a collectible kind of like type-ish game, but also still fun. Trying to find fun, different ways for the players to kind of like interact with the world and the game, and trying to figure out how to get all of these ones having multiple different methods. But the lunar slimes will be really fun. Maybe you can sell them to scientists in the game so they can study them. Maybe if you take a chunk out of them, they'll give you actually like moon rock samples or something. I think that'd be really fun. But that's the lunar slime. Moving down here, we've got a floral slime. Its main body will be mainly composed of like maybe fresh soil, or kind of like compost or fertilized soil. And yeah, it would be used maybe for farmers to kind of like put in their fields, so it would like make the crops and plants grow really, really well, and the vegetables and stuff like that in the game, so you can sell it to them for quite a high price. It's got like this really cool like mud pile or kind of like soil pile on the top there, just for a little bit of like extra kind of like visual aesthetics, along with like a little worm there that's poking out there, and then like a nice little flower on top there that's maybe grown in the actual slime's body. If you scoop a bit of it, either with a spade or a shovel or a trowel, you'll get some really nice, moist, fresh, kind of like fresh soil. So I think that'd be really, really fun. I also really like its sprite. I was thinking about maybe when it's like jumping along, little bits of like these crumbs or kind of like bits of soil, dry soil would fall off of it. Just adds a little bit more of a flair to the sprite and maybe the animation maybe eventually. I also like the colours on this one. It's a little bit softer, you know, with this kind of like soft outline here. Um, I just got a highlight there, and I think like the extra details, like the little worm that's sticking out of the this top bit and the flower on top of there, really adds to the aesthetic of it, trying to make it as obvious as possible. But that's the floral slime. Below there is another animalistic slime, similar to the Neko slime. I had a lot of fun doing that, so I wanted to go with this bunny slime here. Basically, bunny slimes, you know, they've got the bunny ears, the nose, and little whiskers there. It was pretty easy to kind of transfer over from the Neko slime kind of base to the bunny slime. But basically, you'd feed them like bunny fur, bunny ears, you know, stuff related to bunnies or hares. Um, and you would end up with a bunny slime. These could be maybe a cheaper alternative for pet shops in the game to buy off you, and then maybe you would again find another way to make a little bit extra money in the game, like commercial fees or kind of like paid fees or something. Maybe every time they sell one of these as a pet, you get like a commissioned price in the game. So you can do that. So it's another way for you in game to make money from all these other different businesses, which is actually cool. On top of kind of like you making selling the actual slimes themselves, you know. So that's just the bunny slime. Not really too complicated. A lot of these animalistic ones are really aren't really complicated. Like the next couple of ones I'll cover here. The swine slime. I do like the little piggy tail at the bottom there. I do like the soft kind of like pinkish color scheme and look that I've got to it. I think from a distance you can really tell that's like a pig. I do like the little addition of the ears as well. It's always kind of a little bit difficult trying to fit in these like very obvious animalistic details into a very small sprite, because all of these slimes are. I've tried to keep it in the 16 by 16 format. So I've got to really pick and choose what stuff I want to keep and what I want to get rid of and what I actually want to try and represent on the slimes themselves, because I'm working within such a really small space, and any additional stuff that I'm putting on, it's just purely aesthetics. It's not really going to be for the slimes itself, um, or like it's not going to be kind of um, like anything that's going to go beyond what I've tried to set, like I said, with the 16 by 16 bounding box. Um, but yeah, the swine slime, you would feed this, you know, like pig trotters or pig ears or maybe even pig food, putting them, selling them to like farms to hang around, normal slimes to hang around in slimes, hang around in like pigs and stuff. Sorry. And basically, over time, they would transform into swine slimes. And what this would yield is that not only would this allow you to like not have animals in the game actually be hurt or used anymore for food. You just need these swine slimes, and they would, if you take a chunk out of them, they would give you a random kind of like cut of pork every time. So maybe sometimes it maybe give you ears, and maybe it give you trotters, maybe it give you like, you know, like a pig back or whatever you want to call them, or rump, which I think is pretty cool. Freshly kind of like fresh. Kind of like pork. I think that's really really useful. I think farmers and butchers would find this really really useful, so you could sell it to them in the game. I think they're really cool. And again, you can make another way for an extra bit of kind of money in the game via like selling it to butchers, and you would get like a commercial price for every kind of like cut of pork that they make or something, just from one slime. Similarly, like with the cuckoo slime here. These are pretty much kind of the same, except you would sell it to them maybe fast food restaurants, and they would just have to like slice a bit off of it, and it would just regenerate, and it would give you like drumsticks, or it would give you wings. Excuse me, or you know, stuff like that. I also really like the way this one turned out. I think it's deceptively simple, but I think it really captures what a chicken actually looks like. You know, you got the little the crown or the crest here. You got kind of like the simplified beak there, and the two little eyes, and then kind of got this softer look. You know, this kind of a grey outline, so it highlights the white feathers here. I tried putting on like a little wing on there, but it just didn't work, and I thought it best just keep it simple. The crest is always already quite complicated, so just to keep the shape, I would do that. But that's the cuckoo slime. And then the last of these new like additional kind of like animal slimes that I've designed is the bovine slime, which again, if you can pretty much figure out it's a cow. It's got the black spots, the little horns here, the pinkish nose, the little eyes. Like I said, I didn't want to overcomplicate it. Like I said, I'm working with a really small space here, so I'm picking and choosing stuff I want to keep and what I want to like get rid of. And I want, like I said, many times in the last two videos of this kind of like ongoing project, I want to pick details that are as obvious as possible to the viewer. So I pick the horns, pick the nose, and then pick the spots. And I think it actually works from a distance as well. Like with a lot of these ones, and again, this would be like you'd feed it maybe cow dung, or you would feed these slimes like hanging them around farms, stuff like that. A lot of these could be sold to farmers in the game. And then obviously, again, like with the swine slime, if you cut a slice off this bovine slime, it would actually give you a random cut of beef. But they would always be perfect. Like maybe you could get a perfect kind of like wagyu steak or something from them. I think that has a lot of value in the game, and you get a lot of money, extra money for that if you sell it to farmers, and they will kind of reimburse you with additional fees every time they sell a really high quality piece of like beef or something from this slime. And again, it would allow real cows in the game, maybe, or in this world, to not have to be used for meat. You could just use these slimes as, cutting them or slicing them. It doesn't actually hurt them. They just get regenerated. So that's cool. So that's all of, like, the additional kind of like animalistic slimes that I've created. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's an additional 4 slimes I created on top of the Neko slime that I created. I really want to do more of them because I really like actually doing them ones. And it'll be like a whole category. Each of these slimes are like put into a category of slime that they're actually part of. So this would be kind of like the animalistic section. So animalistic slimes, or slimes that display animalistic features or traits, which I think is cool. This one here, this mysterious one, is called the mysterious slime, or the mystery slime. And this is basically a slime that you would get once you've collected every single slime in the game. I'm talking 1,000 slimes that you have to fill in the catalog and obtain in the game to obtain the mystery slime. And basically this slime would basically be able to transform into any slime that's in the game. I repeat, any slime in the game. But obviously the requirement is that you have to find and capture or create or find all the methods for all the slimes that are in the game, which I think is a pretty fun reward actually. It can be any slime you want. You can capture. You can capture a normal slime, and then it will like give you a game update or something saying all slimes have been obtained. You have now unlocked the mystery slime. And basically, the mystery slime can transform into any of the slimes in the game. So if you want just a bunch of like swine slimes or bunny slimes, you can have that, and then that'll allow your stock to go up tenfold, and you can just keep amassing money in the game. Maybe up to 9,999 or something, or even like 10,000. Because I find it really annoying in games when they give you a money cap, and it's all only in like the 9,000s or something. I want to make it satisfying for the player. 10,000. Nice and even. So that's the mystery slime. I think it has a lot of potential in the game. The next slime that I designed is a little bit different from the other ones. It's kind of like breaking the kind of like slime format. Kind of the normal slime shape, but it's the wooden slime, or the log slime, and basically it's a slime that's been given a lot of charcoal maybe, or a lot of wood. That it's consumed, or it's like put in like a wooded area, and over time it's transformed into a wooded slime, where its molecular structure is taken on that of a wooden log. And if you kind of like saw this kind of like wooden log, it'll give you like really nice, dry, perfect wooden logs to then kind of like put on a fire to keep going. I mean, imagine carrying around a wooden slime, maybe going camping or something, and I need some more wood for the fire, but I just cut a bit off of it, and it'll last for 2-3 hours. That's really useful. So you'd sell this to maybe campers in the game, or maybe you'd sell this to kind of like people who need charcoal or something, or need extra wood for their wood burners, stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool. And then maybe you could have a side hustle as well. Like a log. Stuff like that, stuff like that. You thinking outside the box. That's kind of like how simple again it is as well. I went for the more difficult kind of like circular, rounded kind of like look for this one, as I wanted it to look like a really round log. It's a little bit more difficult when you, like I said again, trying to work with this limited space. But I think I made it work, and I think it looks pretty cool amongst all these other ones that are a little bit more wacky. But that's the log slime. Pretty simple, pretty cool. Um, Nothing much more to say about that one. Next couple here are pretty simple, self-explanatory. These are the gold and silver slimes. Basically, you would again feed them gold or silver items, or metal, or gold items or silver items, or um, stuff that's maybe used to make gold or silver, or even stuff like fool's gold, like pyrite. You could feed it, and it would take on the pyrite and actually make real gold. And if you like kind of like scoop a bit of this like golden or silver slime, you would have liquid gold or slime. Not slime, sorry. Silver, like liquid gold or silver, and you could use that to sell it to jewelers maybe for a really high price. So you can amass a lot of money really, really, really quickly. But maybe you would have to buy equipment to allow you to go into like maybe some mountainous areas to actually mine the gold and silver itself, like raw gold and silver, kind of almost like in Minecraft. And then you take it back to your kind of like little slime ranch, or your slime kind of like place in the actual game, your central hub. And then you would have a lot of this gold or silver. You would feed it to these regular slimes that you would again have to capture, or breed even. Maybe there's a mechanic in the game where you can then easily breed slimes, kind of like how you can easily breed Pokemon. And then it would yield maybe that certain slime or whatever if you have two of the same one, or if you have regular slimes, it would just produce a regular baby slime, and then they don't take very long to kind of like grow up. Maybe only like 6 in-game hours or something. And you can just kind of like farm slimes that way rather than having to go out and capture just regular slimes that way maybe. But yeah, pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Gold and silver slimes. I needed to add them because I've got like the mercury slime up there, and I realized I didn't have that many kind of like mineral slimes, so I thought I'd make the gold and obligatory gold and silver ones. Jumping off that point though, we come to the rocky slime, which is basically kind of like another base level slime. Maybe the gold and silver ones are kind of like an offshoot of the rocky slime. Feeding like a gold or silver to a rocky slime will turn it into that, or it being around those minerals for a long time, the little meter will fill up and it'll turn into a gold or silver one depending on what it's around more, maybe. But yeah, the rocky slime, pretty self-explanatory. Just feed it a bunch of rocks, that would be probably readily available, really easily to collect in the game. So maybe this would be one of the first ones you would maybe obtain. For these ones, maybe you could sell it to I don't know who it is, the people that run quarries or something. The amount of potential that these guys can have that can turn into all sorts of different rocks, from quartz to kind of rubies, sapphires, emeralds. Basic rocks, obsidian, all the kind of like rocky kind of like textures and kind of like stuff like that. But yeah, the rocky slime I think is pretty cool. I think it looks pretty simple, but I think it's very effective. I did struggle a little bit trying to figure out the rock texture, but looking at it from a distance, I think that looks like a rock, so I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah, so that's the rocky slime. Next one is a little bit more difficult to obtain, but it's the temporal slime, or the time slime. And basically, how you get this one is if you've had a regular slime for a certain period of time, it will start and you haven't turned it into anything else, it will start actually transforming into a temporal slime or a time slime. And its unique trait is that you can actually use this to maybe power a time machine, because I thought you could obtain futuristic and ancient slimes, and that's where like the cyborg slime over here would come from like the distant future or something. So to be able to actually get that one, you have to obtain the temporal slime first, so it's kind of like a hierarchy. But yeah, and then you could go back in time to obtain, ancient slimes, like tar slimes or dino slimes and stuff like that. But that's a temporal slime. I think it's pretty cool, pretty simple. I tried a few different things to try and figure out what I wanted to do, like maybe putting a clock on top of its head, or other stuff like that. But I think actually making its face the actual clock is a little bit creepy, but I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, That's the time slime. Uh, the next one here is pretty much a meme one. It's the Shrek slime or the swamp slime. I've got these, the green Shrek color. I've got the Shrek ears here and there, even like the little dots on top of his little bald head. Um, I thought another mechanic for like actually getting slimes is that when you breed a new slime, a baby slime, or capture a new slime, you have a naming mechanic that's maybe available to you once you reach a certain level of slimes you've unlocked, maybe 20 or 30 slimes that you've unlocked. You now gain maybe the in-game item of name tags, and so when a new slime is born, when you're breeding them, or when you've caught a new one, you are able to give it a name, and so maybe you could give it the name Shrek or Donkey or anything Shrek related, maybe like swamps or maybe a Shrek quart or something, um, and it would actually transform into the Shrek slime. It wouldn't really have much of a purpose outside of basically spamming Shrek quartz at you every time you come to it, but it'd be pretty funny to have like as a novelty slime. It would fit into the category of like other slimes, in the category of other where it doesn't really fit into any other of the categories of the slimes I would have in the game. And like I said, it would just be kind of like a really funny in-joke memey one, but I think it's pretty cool. Because I love Shrek, so I think it's a pretty funny idea. But that's the Shrek slime. Second to last of these new ones. Actually, sorry, I missed these two, but these I've got the double and the triple slime here. Just gone off of a tangent for a minute. These the double and the triple slimes are basically the final form of the regular slime here. Maybe you could only obtain these through the breeding section, because these slimes are mutated slimes during birth that actually have another slime actually attached to them when they're born. So, and it depends on how many you've done. Like maybe you've reached a certain level of how many slimes you've gotten, and then you're able to actually access these ones that are actually unlockable. But the double slime here, it's basically double the worth of the value of regular slimes, and the triple slime is actually triple the amount of money. So it's the final kind of almost evolution, quote unquote, of the regular slime, kind of like family, the main slime family. The very first ones are designed here over here. It's a mutated look, so obviously you would only be able to get these once, like I said, you've done a certain level or a certain number of breeding, and then maybe a pop-up would pop up in the game saying that you've now reached, like, I don't know, 50 plus regular slimes you've bred. These slimes are now obtained, or you could reach double or triple slimes, kind of like depending on how efficient you are or something like that. Maybe they've got some stats or something, but I don't know yet. But I think it's really funny to kind of like have these also have a color difference, as the regular slimes, they're quite blue, like a deep set blue, and then you got the double slimes, which are quite light, which I think is pretty cool. And then the triple slimes, they're more like a really bright, almost bluishy, greenish look. Really gelatinous, really unstable, but I think these are really, really funny. And maybe you could sell these into the game to other kind of like slime breeders, maybe, and these would yield like really high quality triple slimes that you could get triple the amount of money for, stuff like that. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly touch on them because I completely just forgot. Now getting back to what I was actually saying, the second to last slime that I've actually designed is called the birthday slime, or the birth slime, or the cake slime, because I was thinking that maybe you could feed this slime cake or sweets or other sweet treats that you would maybe buy in the game, and you feed it to it, and it would actually turn into the birthday slime, or the birthday cake slime. Another way you could also obtain this slime, maybe potentially, is like when you're creating your character or your save file, you actually put like your name and your birth of day into the game, and then maybe the game would like internalize that, keep that, and you know how like certain games will say happy birthday to you or something when obviously it is your birthday. I feel like this slime's only purpose would be just to say happy birthday to you. Just remind you on your birthday, it would say it to you. Again, touching on different methods in the game to keep it fresh, keep it kind of unique. You don't know what kind of method you need to actually do to actually get all these different slimes, but that's the birthday slime. It's got like a little cool little candle on top of there with like a little sparklers, and it's got like icing. It's made out of cake, and I think it just looks delicious. So that's the birthday slime. And finally, the final new slime that I've designed right now is the cycloptic slime. So basically, to obtain this slime, you would basically have to feed a regular slime like a bunch of eyeballs. Um, and over time, doesn't matter whether it's human or whether it's animalistic, whatever. Maybe you could buy it from kind of like butchers or something, or maybe um, buy them in game or something like on a delivery system or something, and you'd subject the slime to a bunch of these eyeballs, and then it would actually transform into a cycloptic slime, and it would gain this giant eye here. Um, I feel like this would fit into more of like a mythological kind of category for slimes, as Cyclops are very much a mythological being in folklore, and a cycloptic slime I think would be pretty cool. So that's kind of like all of the different slimes that you can, the new ones you can obtain in this like little mini update. 53 slimes. The road to 1,000 slimes is long, but I will persevere. I really do believe in this project. I think it's really cool. Again, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, shout as many slime suggestions as you can in the comment section, all that good stuff. And stay tuned for the next slime update. So that's all I got for now, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Hey there, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share my work around. I'll see you next time.